Hello everyone, it's Chris with Expat Theory. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Appreciate you being here. Well, this is going to be the second video of the day. I'm going to kind of talk a little bit more about the actual finances. I'm going to show you some of the screenshots from my Webull account where I invest on the stock market. I'll try to remember to put down in the comments my Webull link in case you're interested in starting up a Webull account. If you do and get that going, then you'll get some free stocks by using my code, and then I get some free ones too. But it's just basically a platform. I like it better than the others that I've tried. Robinhood's okay, but I kind of prefer Webull. So basically, I started out this whole thing, back in 2020, and my first year, I kind of took things light, because I know that I had to pay off a bunch of debt and was trying to get myself straight and fix my financial situation. And I did quite well. I ended up setting the goal of $10,000 and cleaning up all my past. And I did. I met those goals. The second year, I still was finishing up some of the cleaning up of the background and putting some money in savings, and basically wanted to, I got a new car, things like that. I wanted to put back $15,000. And I did. No problem. My third year, I got more ambitious, and I decided, you know what, I want to save $25,000. And I got to the end of the year, and I had actually saved $30,000. So I said, you know what, that's going to be the new goal, $30,000. I kind of upped. Originally $25,000. I said, okay, $30,000. So for 2023. I was wanting to put back $30,000. Of course, 2023 had some complications. I spent a few weeks in the hospital, spent a couple of weeks off, had some misfortune and loss of life of loved ones and things like that, and kind of made me a little worried that I wasn't going to hit my target for the year. But and also I've been doing a lot of trading in between all of this, buying stocks and selling stocks, which you really shouldn't do if you're trying to build an investment portfolio. You don't really want to be a trader buying and selling, but that's just the way it worked out. I ended up making a few good deals and made some bad deals. I was in my learning curve. I just started all this investing stuff in March of 2022. So I didn't know what I was doing. Now I was socking back as much money as I could. I ended up having like 40 grand in the bank, and I went to Chase and talked to them. I was like, hey, I want to get into some investing. And basically they laughed me out the door. They told me that, when I had 100 grand, come back and they'd talk to me. And I was like, dude, I'm trying to get to 100 grand. What are you talking about? It's why I need your help. And they pretty much told me, no, it's on you. You got to figure it out yourself. And I was like, okay. And now that I have, they're sending me messages and things like that all the time, trying to get me to utilize their services. I'm like, nope. You missed your opportunity. I asked you for help and you turned me down, so you ain't getting no fees out of me for investing advice and consulting fees and all that good stuff. You ain't getting nothing out of me. Should have helped me when I asked for it. So anyway, at that time in March of 2022, I had 40 grand and I opened up a Roth IRA. I dropped contributions in for 2021 and 2022 at the same time. The max contributions to that point was $7,000. So I put in 7,000 for 2021, 7,000 for 2022. So I maxed it out. So that was 14,000. And then gradually started putting more and more and more money into the Webull account. And of course, I'm still in the process of trying to save throughout the year and putting more over there. So I think that I've done pretty good, all things considered. I got lucky. I caught JP Morgan Chase, JPM, at a ridiculously low price. And I bought as much as I could. I shoved every penny I could get into buying JPM stock. And as of today, I sold off the rest of my JPM stock because I started cashing it out and taking the profits off of it. And ended up making like $4,100 profit off of it. Which is not bad considering, it's been less than 2 years. And I just sat on it while I waited for it to come back up to its normal pricing range in the 160s. Because I picked it up in the 114 range. So I made quite a bit of money off of that deal. But I'll go ahead and I'll show you here on my Webull my overall account of what I've got going on. And that's the total balance there. And by making that JPM sale, I actually fixed a lot of the bad trades that I had made and a lot of the losses that I've taken in my learning curve. And you'll see here, I'll show you on this picture here, this is my profit and loss screen. And it shows you now that I'm up like $1,000. And I'm to the good now. So all that stuff that I did during the learning curve, I've made up for. I've made it back. And from this point going forward, it should all be gravy, all be in the profit category. There shouldn't be any more losses. And if they are, they'll be minor stuff that I can make right back. I kind of figured out what to do and how to do and what to look for on my investments. Now, I'm going to show you here on the next one. I'm going to show you kind of my where I'm investing in my top the ones I'm invested in the highest will be at the top and going down. Actually, let me rephrase that. The ones that are showing the biggest profit at this particular moment will come up first and then work its way down to the bottom. And I'll show you here on the second page. You'll see the last couple there in red. Obviously, those are down. Everything in the green is to the good. And that's kind of my portfolio at the moment. It's going to change. I'm always going to find new stuff to put some money into and try to make money off of it. And, I'm going to keep putting more from my bank account in there, plus the dividends that it's paying now off of the investments I have now. I'm reinvesting those and buying more stocks with it. And by the time I get to 2030 and I get ready to actually retire, the goal is to have anywhere between $500 and $1,000 a month coming in directly off of my dividends. And then my Roth IRA, I'm going to keep putting 2023, the amount you could put in went up to $7,500. So at the beginning of the year, I put in $7,500 for there. So my Roth IRA at this moment is $21,500. So I've got over 56 in my Webull, $21,500 over there. It's what, $77,500 plus the money I have in my bank account. I'm at the 80K mark, which is a big difference from being $20-something thousand in the hole. And Right now, I'm averaging anywhere from $250 to $350 a month coming in off of dividends. Some of my investments pay dividends every month. Some pay every quarter. You know, so I have to average out to actually nail down what I'm getting per month. I have to kind of divide it out, but eventually, like I said, when I get to the time where I'm going to be retiring, I'm going to have all that worked out to where I know exactly what's coming in. I know what's going in now, but I'll have it down to a science as to what I've got going. I'll actually have some quarterly investments, but I'll have them staggered so that the quarterly, when they pay, they'll match up to the month that I want it to be in. And then that'll keep my monthly income relatively stable. So, all in all, I've done well. I've kind of figured out what I'm doing with my stock market. I've figured out what I'm doing with my Roth. Kind of got it down to a science of what I need to keep in my bank account to cover all my bills, what I can put into savings. I have to, make sure I pay everything on time, keep my credit straightened out. When I first got going, back before I actually started trucking, my credit score was like 535, something like that. Now it's 760, and the only reason why it dropped below 800 was because I bought a new vehicle. And I bought a pretty nice vehicle compared to what I had. I bought a brand new little Mazda, but it was small, and I kept it for a while. I liked the little Mazda, but it just didn't give me enough space, especially for when I have to haul stuff around. If I change trucks and change companies, I got to unload everything in my truck and put it into a car, and it was just so much. It was packed to the freaking roof, and it was just better to have a bit more room. And I decided to kind of splurge on myself a little bit. I haven't had a really nice vehicle in like forever, probably since like the 90s. So, been a couple of decades since I've driven a really nice vehicle. My Mazda was nice, but it was small, economical. This is something, I don't know, I don't want to use the word luxurious, but it's a lot more luxurious than a tiny little Mazda, put it that way. And with that comes a little price tag. So I got more going out now, which makes my savings a little more of a challenge, but I keep offsetting my bills by increasing my pay. I run hard on this job and bring in a decent paycheck pretty much every week. And that's kind of been it, really. The whole idea was to budget, and save and invest. And everything has kind of been going according to plan. And, for the next few years, my target is to stay at least that 30 grand mark per year going into savings, whether it's into the IRA or Webull. You combine at 30 grand total. So when I get to retirement, I'm going to have that Roth IRA is just backup cash, tax-free, because, it's already had taxes taken out of it before I put it into the Roth. So when I take everything out, it's going to be tax-free money. And that's going to kind of be my emergency money, And like I say, it's a process, the end of 2023 here wrap up, but it's the same today as it will be tomorrow, as it will be next month to next year. The game plan doesn't change too much. It's the key. It really is. It's the key to everything. If I fail on the money, pretty much everything else is a failure. So the key factor of changing jobs, getting into a career that I can actually make better money, have the ability to live well beneath my means, pay off all my debts, build. I really won't need the credit rating, but it's just a personal thing. I wanted to rebuild my credit. I haven't had good credit for a long time, so now I kind of wanted to pay myself back, and reclaim that little feather in my cap of having a decent credit score. And I've never had an 800 before. That was nice until I bought the car. Now it's below 800 again, but that'll straighten out too over time. The more I pay off the car, it'll go back up. But I ended up with about 42 grand financed there. So yeah, that weighs on your credit score a little bit. So anyway, guys, I guess that's going to be it. I just wanted to kind of give you a brief wrap-up of the year. Everything kind of fell into place, surprisingly. I met my goals and my targets for the year, even the extended one. When I said I went from 25 to 30, I didn't know if I was going to make the 30 this year because of the time off that I had and everything, and the expenses that I had. But I luckily made that back, and I got lucky with the JP Morgan Chase sale of that stock. Making $4,000 kind of recovered a lot of my losses and straightened that out and got myself back to the good. And now it's just building up those dividends, by increasing the investments for the next few years. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, drop them down in the comments there. I always try to answer stuff. I can't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but there's questions on stocks or stuff, and I can try to answer that. I'm not the most knowledgeable. I mean, flat out honest with you, I'm not the most knowledgeable. I've learned what I've learned by doing and by going online and watching YouTube and just the hard way, and I can give opinions on stuff, and you kind of have to do your own research if you want to get invested, because it's your dollars, it's your money. I can give you an opinion, but it's your money and your decision ultimately to decide whether you want to invest. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, drop it down below. If you know anybody who's interested in this kind of content, please share it to them. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.